stuff because of the Astra utility being able to affect some of his timing. So let's see how that plays out. As we're going to see Envy wasting no real time. Again, a very explosive team, and so you're going to see them rush into A immediately, and they get the entry onto F. He's been able to strike back, however. It's short-lived as Finesse makes sure that Envy had the advantage as the spike goes down.
Spike planted kind of in an awkward spot. Something a little different than we usually see. A bit closer out towards that A-long area. Penny trying to find any shots on target. Unfortunately, target acquisition. Nobody peeking his way. Paint shells push him away for a second. It is still that man advantage for Envy. Turret to get some info. The high-low stacked up here. The full damage as Finesse nets one. Victor's there in Vanity. Now needs to find 4 on the round. Unfortunately, not gonna.
Again, as Bach was kind of indicating, it's one of the maps where you get the Victor on the Phoenix, and he can be very powerful on this agent.
Oh. Penny again trying to find something. Caboose takes a bit of damage, but a kill still swings the way of Envy as they continue to punish this anti-eco. 2 on the flank. We met here by Finesse. The spike planted and heard the footsteps. Now Finesse has to know that they are just looking for exits, and I guess the smart play would be just to run the other way. That way you are not giving anything over, right? You want that flawless second round, so you're having a pretty solid bonus. Sure.
Victor already has to run it back, by the way. So that means that their bonus round is even more interesting. Like, being on the bonus can sometimes set you back against the full buy, but having that run it back really allows you to, like, strike hard and fast in close quarters and maybe be able to overwhelm the technically superior firepower that will be purchased by V1 coming up. Again, Envy's life on the line in this map, and they're doing
yeah, Valorant it has been. Now it's about to be a day as version 1 have since come online here in Haven. They're able to purchase basically full rifles across the board. Unfortunately, Vanity's still sitting on just that Spectre, so maybe too much into the utility. Oh my goodness, Victor trying to get some information there. Just had nowhere to go with the grab swarm combo.
That was big.
He gets sent right back. Penny chipped away. Finesse taking off the board. Victor to follow in the first buy round for version 1. Looking good thus far.
Yeah, really well done to cancel out that all. You know, that's kind of like the ace up the sleeve of Envy on the bonus, was to send Victor forward to try to create some havoc and to cancel him out. And now you have a 5-on-3 retake opportunity. But Caboose, deep in enemy lines, not being funneled out into mid on B post plan, able to just kind of start really chipping away at these rotations before they can even really get started. Caboose having so much impact here.
Vanity has 6 health. They're able to find one more kill here in this one, but they have to try and find a defuse as well, and it's planted over towards that A connector area. Crashies does have one more shock dart to the name, only going to take a bit of damage. Whippy tries to trade things out. Vanity somehow staying alive and finding a kill.
On 5 versus 5 round. And there are Astra Stars literally everywhere. Okay, then. Goodbye.
Yep. And blood spilled on that C site. An early kill from Crashies. Nice long-range battle goes their way. Vandal in hand, and C taken, I mean, quite honestly, for free there. A 4v5, I'm wondering how this goes, because you don't have a whole lot, right? There's no real way for you to find an early pick somewhere to then say, yeah, we can win this out. I wonder if it is just going to eventually be a save.
And they're trying to set up those Astra Stars, see if they can't maybe clear out some angles first, or at least limit what they have to be responsible for as they come in. But Caboose smartly pulls out the show tower and testing the water, saying, hey, go for it. Give it a shot. Watch what happens. And so I feel like that is what really kind of forced V1 to just kind of fall back and now try to save, but they're getting picked apart. Caboose with the big headshot in the Vanity, so that weapon's not going to be carried over. So there you have it, Envy. Coming out swinging their tournament life on the line. Winning the first full gun-on-gun round. That should inspire.
Mommy's going to find the kill, and I mean, what can you even do, right? You're setting up your Killjoy solo on C site. One round you peek, and you just get deleted immediately. The next one they say, hey man, just play back. We'll play retake as 5. You get spotted by a recon bolt, and then ulted?
Later, bro.
What do you... I feel so bad for Whippy.
Yeah, he's getting the short end of the stick, I guess you could say, as we're going to see Finesse already with the ult here. The lockdown, obviously a very big tool for post-plants intakes, so giving Envy that edge. Also, the firepower advantage for Envy is way out there. So chance for him to keep this lead flowing. Effie's trying to go for the orb here. He will be able to get it. Just trying to work on that Hunter Suri for later. Other than that, though, again, everything looking solid for Envy into this one.
Penny did activate the Blade Storm, so they are just trying to find something in this one. That could be enough to find a round. Unfortunately, Effie's caught inside the drone. Zelsis is there to trade it back. Going to work, finds another duelist off the table for Envy. Backing away as Zelsis, unfortunately not able to find an upgrade, but this puts your squad in such a great spot because not only are you finding kills with pistols, but you still have Penny and the Blade Storm to work with.
That is true. This round is starting to go spiraling out of control from Envy's perspective. They are a man down, but they still have that lockdown. They have full C side control now, thanks to Mummy's push.
30 seconds.
So the spike will swing that direction. They also are going to have Crashies kind of playing the rotation cutoff point here. You might get this flank off as well, but look at this. Vanity goes unchecked and gets to kill the Mummy. Now Crashies will capitalize on the trade and the lockdowns in play, but still they lose another player earlier than anticipated, and Crashies is kind of saving the day.
Crashies, oh no, Finesse helping save the day there, taking down the knives. Zelsis picked up too early in this one. It does have a Phantom in hand, but it's another very tall task for this squad as the turret gets sprayed down. Lots of time on the spike. And that's going to fall, and now a play can be made here. Zelsis can look to get something done. Unfortunately, going to get tagged twice, so it'll buy a bit more space and a bit more time. Crashies knows just how he wants to play it, and he doesn't get caught as he sneaks wide from Penny, and Zelsis unfortunately pays for it with his life. So the buddy system not working at this time around version 1. Down a player, Envy in the driver's seat, and they're not ready to give it up yet.
Yeah, they know what's on the line. They know what they must do, and they're putting in the work. Big opening pick in the next buy up from V1. They're getting a very empty A site here, putting the stars down, blocking off those initial rotation points, making sure they're going to secure that site. Spike should be coming down any moment now. Stars are actually starting to slow them down a little bit, making progress on site. Buying time for some rotations here. Effie's going to throw some shot darts out there, make Finesse pay for committing to this plant. But again, Envy are still a step up, and Victor does have that run it back if they need it, but the lockdown comes in from the opposing side, pushing players off the site to help out this retake.
Oh, and the Continent Divide.
That's such a great combo.
That's huge. You know they're pushed off the side. Here comes that run it back, so Victor needs to do something heroic here. Crashes to fall. Victor still alive, and the ultimate will eventually be sent back, but now Whippy, who's been struggling thus far, needs to find 3 more on the round. Fakes the defuse for 1, and kaboom. Hey, there it is. They yield incredible results sometimes. Penny going to pick up the first, and that's spiked down, so they know they're leaning this way.
So I know I mentioned aggression sewers in that little chit chat we had, but I was more meaning next time around. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you get an op in your hand or something. Penny said, you know, I'll just maybe try that with the sheriff, and well, that's Victor's melon gone. But in the midst of it, Seaside taken for free. It's cleared out. They know it's free. Spike coming in. They're still going to have a great post plant because they're still with superior firepower. They have Hunter Suri available for post plant, so they can just tuck Crashies into long C, defend him, and basically checkmate that no defuse can ever happen. It's going to rely on some type of flanking maneuver or some big push down long C to try to put Crashies off his perch and try to somehow seal this round away.
And Envy, I feel like, have in full force realized that it's just nobody on C. They're just going to be looking to retake this. Zelsis gets pushed away by the grab pulse. Boost is there to find a kill. Toss out the paint shield to try and push him back, but it's Finesse instead with the rifle in hand. Now pushing on through his FBC. He peeks the wrong way. I believe he finds... Oh, that's another great start, but you have to be able to close here if you're version 1. And it's a duelist again, unfortunately. And he dashes right into the wall, maybe trying to give away that he was trying to escape. It could have been a fake. Unfortunately, that drone going to spot him out. Does tag him. He's going to go up over the top with the upwind and the updraft, excuse me. Be able to escape for now. Running right into Zelsis, so still in the same corner. Picks up another kill. Now Crashies, not long for this world. It's a flaw.
To go for the Hail Mary and just run in there and try to chase down this jet, and it just didn't happen. gets caught, and so finally V1 are able to get around on the board. But will it be short-lived or not? It's kind of the next thing you have to ask yourself, because they need a lot more, I feel like, out of this half. They need to be able to push this to, I feel like, at least 4 rounds.
And that's really the best you could hope for. Obviously, 5 the best you could hope for here, but the way that Envy have been running the show.
And with the lockdown and showstopper still available to explode a site with, I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to stop that. Hunter's Fury no longer available to cancel out the lockdown either, so you feel like that's not necessarily an auto win, but that should give Envy a true edge once they decide to put it to use. As they're taking their time with this one. Like, they're getting sewers control, they're putting that pressure on A, they're trying to make V1 respect this site, but they're not committed, right? That spike is still, very much at the back of middle. Envy are still, exploring other options. They still have a player in Cubby at long C, so the world is their oyster in that regard, but they still have to break through somewhere and find a pick.
And interesting that they're looking to make a play out towards B. A huge curveball. It saves Caboose's life. Penny was there to have the shots, but he was forced to dash away because he was completely blinded there.
Also,
and
that
again,
grab
it's the
well
buddy system
destroyed that showstopper, dude.
Yeah.
Like, never gave it a chance. But now the lockdown's in play to control A site, so they're going to get A. No doubt about that. They're going to get the spike planted. And, I mean, Mummy is still at C. I mean, he has to play the biggest long con flank of all time.
Yeah, especially because you're not buying time anymore. You have nothing to help you buy time. So
it's working. He's getting there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Is this really how the curtain falls for V1 on this round? He's got to step it up now. They're pushing sight.
Nova Pulse, grab well, some utility thrown on out. Now Mummy should be romping and stomping here soon. Caboose gonna find the first. That's on to Zelsis. Still on low HP as FE's and Vanity. They're gonna swing out towards short and pick it up, and Mummy has made his way onto the site completely unnoticed. In the back lines, he's gonna pick up a couple, but it's not enough. Version 1 running out of time.
From that position.
It makes you think, right? Hindsight 2020, but if he would have swung to the left side, peeking down long, he'd have found the backs of 3 and then had to worry about the diffuser.
Yeah, one of those things you just can't ever know.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, tough spots where you either look like a genius or you get memed on. And I think the chat's probably memed on him right now, but don't be too mean.
Memius, if you will. Now push onto the side, though, is Victor. Gonna take a bit of damage. Cues up the curveball, but he's a bit late with it. And it's going to be the Lear to try and buy some more space. Caboose is there to shoot it down. The rest of the squad should be there as well. Finesse looking for a kill towards the back of the side. Instead, it's going to be Caboose for 2. So matching Zelsis' energy. And Penny gets caught out in the off angle. FB's now in a 1v1. Needs to go huge. He finds the first onto Crashies. They're basically even when it comes to the HP. Caboose looking to play aggressive on this one. The spike's still down on the site, and I'm not too sure if FB's is privy to this information, but he has a whole heap of utility to stop this plant from going through.
Yes.
30 seconds left.
You are correct. Thing is, the moment you pop Hunter's Fury, you're exposed, so saving that for later is definitely the play. Using now the plant itself to be a Strata Seeker. See, but, we have...
Update came through in 2.06 or 2.07. We are on patch 2.07, which means you can pull the diffuser off the spike if you are the Astra player. Coming towards the end, though. Vanity picks up 2. Mummy will finally silence the Astra for version 1, but a couple of huge kills to pick up, and that is Zelsis forced to back away with 55 HP. Whippy finally holding down the side, able to do it. Picks up another, and Mummy going galactic for just a moment. Chipped away 44 HP with 3 members to worry about. An F.
We talked about him. He was at one point like 0-6 or 0-7, and now he's jumped up there and had some impact. So I just want to shout him out since I kind of shut him out in kind of a negative way earlier. Gotta praise the redemption.
Speaking of, it's highlighted there for us. That is the player that we were
Quite
talking about. Crashies, yeah. Crashies doing us giving us some of that production value that the Sova brings to the team. Now, as far as version 1 being on the attacking side here, who, I guess the second half as a whole, who is this boding more well for? Are we expecting Envy to have, like, you're the numbers guy, usually have the percentages.
Yeah, their defense is usually slightly better than their attack. Like, just from the history of the team.
Wow. So defense looking pretty good. Crashies walks away with 20 HP, but completely nearsighted by the Larry. Picks up a kill onto Zelsis. It's one you wish you could have back now if they go on the hunt for this Sova. They're gonna be running right into Caboose, and Crashies is still able to find another on 20 HP. Vanity is able to take his leave, and the spike has since been planted, so they are working against the clock. That is Envy. As the turret goes through, it's a fake defuse for just a second, a nebulous smoke on top, and a shock dart queued up to try and delay things for a moment longer. And if you're Envy, you have to figure it out right here, right now. Recon bolt for the information. Mummy gonna be on the defuse. The shock dart to go on through. He gets taken off, and he doesn't have it halfway.
Nope.
The utility's so huge here. Envy looked to grab the round, but
That's again what they lost pistol both halves against Envy their last meeting. This time they get a pistol on their side to kick off the second half. That could be the difference maker.
you saw the wheels turning there. Crashy's trying to get some early aggression up towards that cubby to try and catch somebody off guard with the classic. Caboose looking to do the same. Vanity gonna be holding this flank as Penny pushes on up. A 3K on the round. Vanity to help.
Already have like a tie ball game in their hands.
Oh my
boy.
goodness.
What did Effies do at halftime, bro?
Get out of my way.
Michael's secret soda. What was it? I don't remember now.
Secret stuff.
Michael's secret stuff.
That's it. Yep. Nailed it.
The Bugs Bunny water
Maybe
space
he hit a
jamming
little
enemy.
aim labs up between, he just didn't catch it.
Quite possibly. And that right there, it's one of the things that you can do on aim lab, peeking down that C-long area now.
There you
So
go.
make sure you guys check that out.
That's free, by the way. Aim lab's getting a little extra love. As I watch all this through my Zally monitor. So I'll give them some love too. Trying to spread it.
I really love the respect still given. Even finding that first kill, right? It doesn't mean the round is free by any means. Oh my god, look at all the utility here. This time Penny able to make it onto the side, dropping down into the cloud burst below. Spike still hanging out over towards C-Long. Hasn't since popped on. Victor goes 2 from Logs. Whippy's there to trade it back, and Finesse to fall in the back of the site. Vanity's there to back it up, and you said it, Dust. You called it. You manifested it for version 1. They needed to win the bonus.
Oh, okay.
And they're right here doing it.
I was right. Yes, for V1. Full save for Envy. Chance for a tie, and, well, that was a tough exchange for Crashies. Not happy about that one. Envy trying to do something crazy with the mid push, but that turret is literally perfectly placed for this type of thing that Envy are trying to go for.
And it's you're trying to chip away, right? If you're Envy, you absolutely do not want to let, obviously these rounds keep going, but the economy to keep stacking.
Exactly.
So you need to start hurting taking away some of these rifles, because it's been near flawless in the last couple. That hasn't really been the case. Finesse able to pick up one and doing just that. Caboose trying to do some on the back foot. He's going to fall, and Finesse now the only one standing. Picked up a kill onto Vanity, so it wasn't free for version 1, but it is looking like an 8-8 game.
Finesse able to use that turret to jump in and grab a Phantom. So, at least he's thinking. He's playing a little bit of multi-dimensional chess. He's quite known for that from the CSGO scene, as he single-handedly completely turned the scene on its head in multiple different ways. But that you got to slow this V1 team down. They're looking to get aggressive at middle. They're going to use the Cosmic Divide in play as well here. The attacking side, as they're trying to come into C. They're going to get it. Big flank,
Victor.
though. Is that the spike down? Oh, no.
Yeah, and the ult does get sent back. Nobody here, unfortunately, to follow up on that, as the lockdown was used, and so many members postured up here, just nest egging on the spike from Envy version 1 in a horrible spot. Not only down a player, but positionally, it's ruined.
Like, you're using a Cosmic Divide to get a lane into C, and then you leave the spike behind, and then it gets flanked up middle, and now you have no spike possession and you're a player down. This is like the dream for Envy.
Ooh, but they're starting to chuck some stuff back. Caboose now going to give away his position. Hunter's Fury used in that regard. Unfortunately, no lockdown in response. Caboose is there, good for one. Oh, the backup from Victor makes him good for another, as he gets cut down. 70 HP on the raise, and he still stands. Effies, worse for wear, only 5 health to his name. Recon Bolt going to go on through. The op shot from downtown from Mummy.
There to get you back on the lead, and you also want to seize that moment. Try to put it to good use and try to force a map 3 here. Still a very close game that we're in right now, and still very hard to tell who really has control of it at this point. Like, is it V1's momentum from before that mistake, or is Envy going to use that to create something new? Well, Hey, aggression
Victor
coming out there. Mummy following up. This is not looking good for V1 at all. Okay.
And the operator in the hands, now your knees have to start shaking if you're version 1, wherever Mummy is at, you want to avoid. Effie's and Zelsis, not long for this. And I didn't get to take a peek at the economy, but it was 2 players chipped away in the previous round, and then all 5 going down, obviously, there in that last. I can't imagine they're going to be buying up too much or too many rounds to come.
Yes.
Ideally, you just want to battle back and try and chip away at some of the economy as well here. If they can find Finesse, this would be a pretty big one. Unfortunately, Crash's going to make sure that doesn't happen. Finesse does eventually fall. Recon Bolt going to be shot out. Now with 24 HP.
For both sides, but it's definitely V1's economy. It's more fragile. You feel like this is kind of last chance saloon for them. If they were to lose this, they'd be forced behind the rest of the game. Penny getting a great double entry there. Crashies to respond with one of his own, but still a man down is Envy, and Crashies is kind of stuck. He's trying to wait for his teammates to rotate, but he's done well to just be the snake in the grass in the corner, but it's cleared out finally, and now it's all on Finesse. And they're going to leave.
Yeah, Vanity, being the lurker here on the attacking side, came up huge there to find a kill out towards mid, which just lets you know everybody was leaning that way, right, because of where that player is running to try and rotate towards A. You don't really have the information as to where Finesse is at, but you know it's on that side. So everybody takes their leave and heads on out. So Vanity absolutely heads up kill, heads up play in the middle of this round to swing it the way of version 1. And when it comes to terms of economy, I mean, only losing 2 feels pretty good.
That does feel good. That's about exactly what you needed. Obviously, it could have gone better with the Flawless, but I mean, this is still really solid. You have to tip your hat to Crashies. This little small shout out. He definitely put his best effort forward. I mean, he really did give that a chance. That's another kill gone. I feel like these chases from V1 are not really the right call. Okay. And me sewer opping shenanigans.
Oof. A nice lineup. Unfortunately, it doesn't amount to too much because of that nebula smoke and nobody pushing up too aggressive.
Here's the thing it creates, though. It allows them to just rotate off now, just let Mummy anchor this, because he will know if there's ever a pressure. And then he can just kind of back off, and then he can call for rotate the EB. It allows him to reinforce elsewhere on the map in the early to mid stage with like minimal risk, which is something that V1's going to have to play against for the whole round without necessarily ever knowing it.
Oh, the tension is building. It is about to break.
Penny, you're playing with fire. He's gotten out. I feel like they kind of have an idea that might be happening. So at least they seem to have a read. And they're trying to bypass it. Again, but it means that the defense is stout elsewhere. It's 2 to B and 2 to C right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard to break open these sites with Mummy just being able to anchor so much space by himself.
Quick dash on, curveball to be used, nano swarms, Venn diagram on the side, Hunter, Fury, all of the utility going to be chucked out at this squad, and Crashies able to net 1. You've only got 20 seconds, so much time was wasted. Just trying to slow things down early in this one. Finesse going to get caught out. Seaside not opened up, not free just yet. No, Vanity makes me eat my words and says, yes, it is free as Victor pushes on. He tries to find everything he can, but he goes 1 for 1, and Vanity crouches across the crab walk kill onto Caboose, leaves it all up to this operator that was doing so much earlier in the round. Now needs to do so much more here to end it out. No weapon swap. I mean, this could be the tie game.
Yeah, that's it. He's got to get out of there, and he might even save the would be looking for him, but no, Mummy says, I got this. Don't you worry. Still won't win the round, but looks like saving the operator is looking more and more likely as each second passes, though there's still more chase being given. But yeah, that was looking so good for Envy. Again, they had the great rotation. They had the amazing combo of Nano Swarm and Hunter Suri to make it really hard to B-plant, so V1 had to make the pivot to C. But yeah, I'll never know for sure, but that peak from Finesse at Garage it felt like that is what opened the floodgates. Once V1 connected that, you could almost tell like maybe they were just playing because they wanted the confirmation.
Down to just 1 standing. Was Vanity still alive? And Penny, the lowest in credits, just going to buy that full armor, full utility of Frenzy, and use the knives here in this round. So
Okay.
This round still could go either way. And when you take a peek at the ultimates online, there's a handful of ducks.
There's all the ults. Nice top shot to Ummi though, and Victor able to get one as well. Penny though trying to bring it back, but Mummy says I'm gonna go skeet shooting from sewers and takes Penny out of the sky. Crashy's coming in as well into Whippy, and well, that tie is short-lived. Envy about to take the lead right on back, and as you were kind of already alluding to, credits are kind of fragile here.
This is so tough. The timing is star player, but the impact that he has in a very close game and the kills that he's finding there. Yes.
As V1 had enough to full buy here, but this doesn't work. It's MV map point, and V1 will not have much to work with in the final round regulation. So this is big. Vandy though catching Caboose getting aggressive out in middle, and he takes literally 0 damage for that kill. And that's big. Cosmic Divide now to try to slice open this A site. Dueling drones flying out across the front as well.
Victor and Crashy's just trying to be on the better side of that Cosmic Divide to try and hear
pinch,
everything.
Look at this. Look at Finesse's positioning. And they basically riddled this Cosmic Divide useless. And now Mummy finds Vanity in middle. How the tides have turned.
Absolutely. Now, a couple of ults still available. Here is one of them. Hunter's Fury going to go wide. Unfortunately, not landing true this time around, as it's going to be that A take that we were expecting because of that Cosmic Divide. But did try and buy some time. Zelsis dodges out on the shock darts for now. There's the Empress. So every single ult used that was available to version 1 to try and tie things up once more. Victor and Mummy going to be holding a crossfire. Bringing up the rear is Finesse. And unfortunately, nobody on the flank, so they're all funneling in from right here. And Penny not going to get spotted by that turret. No way! He doesn't get spotted. He sends the ult back. He picks up a kill onto Finesse. He dashes away to safety. Cosmic Divide going to be used, but the team completely split off. No, the Empress dethroned. Whippy finally grabs one back. Penny playing inside the Nebula smoke, has a classic in hand, trying to find whatever he can. It's Victor to close things out. Effies now alive. The shock darts are on target, and what a round.
Now both teams fighting for map point at the same time. Some of this aggression from Envy defensively is coming to haunt them in some of these moments. Some of these like off-timing peaks are not paying off anymore. Mummy's op going to be pushed back here at B by the drone. This aggression, though, is kind of big from Victor. He's getting a lot of intel at A. Again, freeing up the defense to be more reinforced elsewhere on the map as he has kind of A under his control by himself, but just such deep positioning.
We're seeing something similar to the round that Vanity really popped off and found a 3K, but it was a late hit towards C. And the only thing that kind of foiled that, like you said, was Finesse maybe peaking a bit too soon.
Right.
So if that doesn't happen this time around, I don't think
the other thing.
This slow playstyle bodes well.
There's a couple of big ults in play for Envy in this round. There's maybe no ults left in the game for V1.
Oh, the shock dart misses. Penny walks away. Not unscathed. Oh, the Gravel pulls him back in. No way, Jose, but the spike gets planted, and they're all playing out towards this mid area. Inside window, the showstopper goes through. Victor on the flank here. Somebody has to answer back, and unfortunately, Effies will fall. Vanity, too far away to get anything done, was looking for a miracle play on the flank, but unfortunately does not go his way. Version 1, they
just again allow them to reinforce the other sides and allow him to have a quick flank on that retake.
And he tried there to find Victor. He's able to leap away. It is that yard sale buy. Spectres, a frenzy, one Phantom. As the drones go toe-to-toe. Crashy's doing his darndest to try and find as much information as he can gather. Now, it's going to be the run-and-gun plays that we're looking to see coming out from version 1 as they've got the Spectres, the SMGs in hand.
Right.
And the one player tagged started to rotate away.
Yeah,
Envy think that this play's going somewhere else.
The thing is, it's going to be an A retake, and that's what Envy are playing for on purpose, to reinforce the other sites, know that they had the lockdown to go. Now, the thing is, Effies could have shock dart lines to destroy the lockdown. That's like the, I don't know for sure. There is ways to do it.
Ooh, damage traded back and forth. It's Crashy's trying to stop the plant, and he does do that momentarily. Now going to be planted right underneath Evan, and this could be a spot. No, Penny plays in the corner again and finds a kill. Finesse goes down. That's the lockdown. That was your insurance on this round as the head narrowly gets missed by Caboose. And he still has the knives in hand. Crashes is going to fall. This is how regulation is going to end. It's down to the last two. No, make it one. It's Mummy again with the operator in hand. Penny's going to go wide. The kill comes through with the ghost. 46 HP. The weapon
down long. And that's the thing about overtime. You start doing things that your opponent has never seen before, and it could catch them off guard, as they are looking to try to get this garage control and potentially set up the C-split. This is where Penny's operator could be so massive, Tanner. If that's really what they choose to do.
A lot of noise made that way, so quite possibly making version 1 think that that is the call. Caboose and Victor still holding it down towards garage, and the spike still planted on the ground, so no real
You can tell that Envy are trying to feint A little bit. Like, they want to see if they can hold those players in place or try to pull a rotation, but they're going to run into the C-stack, bro, and it's going to come down to brute force alone to get past it. Celsius has a great angle. Penny has long covered, can look over any utility. And if he lands his shot and gets away, and they have a triple C defense in place, including Zelsis in this corner, with Whippy to kind of help cover, I'm not liking Envy's chances here just based on positioning, Tanner. But I mean, again, they could brute force their way through anyhow.
Turret spots him out. Anoswarm used. Penny gonna find the first kill. Mummy to fall. Here comes a curveball around the corner. Zelsis gonna go down. Unfortunately, Penny way too low to take that fight as Victor picked it up. Whippy towards the back of the side, still alive for a moment longer. Victor trying to challenge as Finesse takes down a Vanity, and it's all up to Eppies, who needs to do something heroic. Unfortunately, not.
And now they have a chance to force them at 3 here. And now V1 looking to try to force another overtime game. You got to win 2 in a row if you're new to Valorant. Catching it for the first time. You got to get those 2 in a row to take the dub.
And so Zelsis tanks the drone there, so that way Penny doesn't get spotted out. Unfortunately, the jump peek from Crashies gonna give him away. The spike hovering over towards that C site. We'll see where they decide to go here. Nice and slow is how version would want to take it.
They know how much weight is on this. They know they can keep the 2-0 dream alive here and now and avoid that third map safety net if they can just play their cards right and force another overtime. So they don't want to hedge their bets early and fall prey to some type of stack or, you know, leave some type of corner unchecked. They want to try to play it out as methodical as possible. As they're looking to still go for this A split, though. Throwing the stars down, coming in. There's a lot of defense set up here, though, and Penny gets busted immediately.
Victor's able to get one, pushing up through sewers as well, but traded right back. So 2 for 2 we go. Still on the site is Mummy. He's mowing him down, holding it down all by himself. No, Caboose is there to back him up, and Envy